Hey, welcome back to the channel, folks. Today we're going to remove these Ducabike spacers that I installed on my 2023 Ducati Streetfighter. I installed them hoping that they would help with the vibration. I pick up a lot of vibration, especially on my right palm. I was hoping these spacers would help isolate the vibration, but they didn't. If anything, they made it worse. That's just a feeling. I don't know if there's any objective way to measure that. I'm going to go ahead and remove it. And so I thought I'd make a video of how to remove it, which is, if you see that, you'll know how to install it as well. So the first thing is I wanted to create some room here. And so I just popped this out. It literally just slide your fingers in here, over here, and then gently tug at it. And that's going to create some room to access this nut over there. So we'll get back to it. Step number one is to use a 6mm hex piece to remove these this clamp over here. And of course, before you do that, you want to know exactly where and how the handlebar is placed. For me, this joint lines up with the lines over here. And so when I put it back together, that's the way I'm going to put it back together. All right, so this thing gets removed. Be careful not to strip these bolts. Okay. These things, to make sure that there's no scratching, I'm going to use a couple of towels, put them on top of the dashboard. And now that this is loosened, I think I can use my fingers to remove these clamps. So this is the left-hand side. I'm just going to leave that here. And then we'll move on to the right-hand side. You see the handlebar just collapses, which is okay. So right-hand side. Don't need the 6mm bolt anymore. So I'm going to remove this and just kind of let it lie down like so. All right, we're gonna have to remove these two, and those are 8mm hex bolts, so hex bits. And to remove that, you're gonna have to do two things. One is, of course, use this, but then you're going to have to hold the nut. So you gotta kind of get this in there and bring it up so that this can, gotta be careful not to break anything. Not drop anything if you can help it. So you're holding the nut and undoing this bolt. Be careful because there is a washer that you'll see in a minute, and you do not want to lose that washer. Let me see if I can do this by hand now that it's broken free. No, I still need this 8mm. I have one of these, so I'm just gonna use a driver and get this out of the way. Okay, so that is out. And here's the self-locking nut. And then we're going to remove this, but let's loosen that up first. So that gives us a little bit more room. All right, there is a washer right there, and we need that washer, so be careful. All right, kind of the same thing here. You've got to somehow bring this in and get this up there and break this free. There we go. Now, once this is broken free, I'm going to just use this and get it out the rest of the way. Looks like this thing is ready too. Well, that's good enough. Okay, there's one piece that's right here. I'm going to go ahead and grab that before it rolls down the wrong place. All right. And that's the washer that I didn't want to lose. I'm going to use a long-nosed pliers to get that washer out because I'm going to have to reuse it. Okay, so same thing over here. Okay, cut that nut out. And we have the washer out. Okay, so this is the original, and I'm gonna put that back. Put that washer in there, and get it ready for use. Original. All right, now we got to take these two nuts and put them down here. And so what I'm going to do is hand tighten this a little bit until it starts threading. Okay, that's okay, so now that those have been threaded in and they're ready to go, we can come back in with this and snug them up a little bit. I want to do both sides evenly. And then I'll come back and torque them down to 48 Newton meters. Okay, so that part is done. And now we put back the handlebar clamps. And that means we roll this back into position. Right there. Oops. They've already got some grease to prevent any seizing, so I'm just gonna leave that. Again, 6 millimeters, 6 millimeters, that's this. Gonna roll this up. Bring it to that position. And then while holding the position, I'm kind of doing a crisscross. Oops, that's too tight. So something is not right. There we go. There we go. I honestly don't know how much to tighten this. I'm just gonna go by feel.
Be careful not to shut these guys.
Okay. Now, last step is to pop this back in. So I literally and push it back in. Voila. So yeah, the risers didn't work for me. Your mileage might differ. For me, the main reason was to reduce the vibration. If you buy it to actually raise the handlebars, which I guess is the main purpose of the risers, maybe you will be fine. But yeah, I like it much better when it's stock. So I hope you enjoyed this video or learned something. Give it a thumbs up if you found this useful, and see you next time.